Hello, welcome in. Hello. How we doing? What up? It's a new screen and stuff. I told you I was getting it made. I still have to move around the alerts and stuff. I tried to. They were definitely covering. I should have moved. But yeah, this is the thing. I had an idea. I had a very random idea, and I thought could be cool because in a sense it could be modular where I could have games added to it. But yeah. I thought this could be rad. So here we are. I like new things. New things are nice. They're usually shiny. When I played FNAF, it was a while ago. Yeah, we did. I beat it. I beasted it. Oh, yeah. Cabin Factory? Yeah. Cabin Factory, Repo, all the good stuff. Oh, man. Blondie, thank you for the biddies. Drunk Gamer, thank you for the 2 months. So Wrong, thank you for the 10. Death Goddess, thank you for the 5. Sparkle, 21 months. Oh, hey. How are you? Lone Wolf, what up, dude? Thank you for the 2 months. And Scorby, thank you for the 7. I think I'm caught up. I think. Maybe. I don't know. It's like a little highlight reel. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good way of looking at it. But they did an awesome job. They did a fantastic job. So if at any point I want to add more games to it, if at any point I want to add more, I just got to come up with ideas and then add more. Yeah. Oh my Lanta. Trashy, thank you for the biddies. Holy moly. Trunk Gamer, thank you for the gifted, dude. Hi. Where's the Prison Blood Moon one? I'll pass. I'll pass. No, thank you, though. I do appreciate it. No, we had just a nice old classic getting chased by a floating Pam. Yeah. The shrug on the repo, you like that? Yeah, just something different. Something new. Yeah, the nice part is I have that without starting soon on it as well, just in case I don't want it there or if I want to use it for another purpose. But yeah, there we go. Groovy. Groovy. You're lagging like cray. Have you checked your internet? Because I can't fix that for you. Yeah. What is my shirt? You don't know what this is? Makes my heart sad. Makes my heart sad. You don't know what that is. No lag for me. There's no lag for me either. Yeah. 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 I'd press the reset on your router, but I can't. Relentless, thank you for the biddies. Purple Cat, thank you for the 1 year. Doug. Us cultured folk know that is the burger joint from Doug. Can I play fast with you? No. Thanks, though. Ham, welcome in. How are you? Eclipse, hello. Playing Phaz? I am playing Phaz. Yeah, if you're ever curious what I'm playing, the title in the game title should also be under my stream. Yeah. Typically. Sam, thank you for the subs. Doug's secret identity is Quail Man. Yeah, I think I got Quail Man back here somewhere. Where's he at? Yeah, he's right there. I got Quail Man. He's on my shelf. He's right there where my finger is. Yeah. But today's going to be a thing. Today we are going to hit 10,000 cases in Phasmophobia. I don't think it's going to be 10 right off the bat. I think it's going to be like one game away or something. So we will have to see. Can I play me do a viewer day? Well, everybody's welcome to play during a viewer day. Obviously. Scorby! 99999. Okay, we will check. I did have to fix the number a little bit. Yeah. Am I YouTube? No, I'm Flash. Scorby. Holy hell, dude. Oceana, thank you for the 8 months. Instant, thank you for the 7. Good grief. The things and the stuff are happening. Good God. Whatever it is. Well, the fear is that I think I have to go into the case as if it is the 10,000th case, just in case it is, because I don't want to miss it. So, yeah. I can always fix the case number. I can always do that, but I'd hopefully it just works. I should have one more case before we go to 10,000. I should. So, hopefully that's what it is. Hey, Dust, how are you? Welcome in. Shoulder still rock, dude. I don't know what I did. Just do a few rounds. Oh yeah, that's the way. That's the way to do it. Yeah, for sure. Did somebody just get merch? Slept on it wrong, dude. It's like every night though. I can't escape it. I don't know why it's happening. You ever play Magic Gathering? No. Were you able to fix it? I was, Daisy. Yeah, hopefully it's fixed. It should be fixed. Holy night, dude. Unranking, thank you for the prime. Soy, welcome in, dude. What is my plan? So my plan for case number 10,000 is that I am going to, and Break help me with this a little bit with the idea. I am going to do a 10 times multiplier game that is a custom game. Custom to our liking. I will show you all the details. We'll look at all the things. Yeah. I thought that was a fantastic idea. Rather than trying to do an apocalypse run, I don't do apocalypse runs very often. Most of the time because it's so boring to walk at 50 speed. 10 times for 10K. Exactly. Yeah. Getting old, I guess, man. Yeah, I just got to deal with that, I guess. Con, thank you for the 2 months. I smart sometimes. I need to hold Deb. I'm not gonna kick into the match just yet. Oh yeah. Like I said, I think I have one match to go until 10K. I'm pretty confident in that. It might even be 2. So we'll see. But the first one, I'm not going to go in there like it's 10K because I'm fairly certain it's not. Yeah. How's Miss Flash? Miss Flash is great. Don't want to jinx it. Oh man. Why not 100 times? You ever played Phas before? That all ghost run was pretty wild. Oh yeah. Oh, that was good. I'm definitely going to post that. I just have to figure out what I want to do with it. What time is it for me? It is currently 8:53. Yeah, Crow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Why no one times Markiplier? Well, I got to call him. He hasn't answered his phone yet. Yeah. 100 times would be wild. I don't like what would that even be? You just turned all your electronics off, like your PC, your house. There you go. Good luck. Now beat Phas. Check the journal might say. I don't think it says the case number in the lobby. I don't think so. But I can look. Yeah. Friendly Ghost at high school. Yeah, that's it. Let's celebrate 10,000 cases with the worst possible game you can make. Savage Bath Mystery. Hi, friend. Thank you for the 8 months. Welcome back. The most savage of Bath Mysteries. Some of you guys weren't. I mean, you probably haven't even experienced the event to know what the Bath Mystery even is. Phasmo in reality. Oh, crap. So that's what that is? Someone literally just haunts my house? Well, damn. Well, damn.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
Trying to decide what moich. Oh, man. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, man. A lot of good ones. I love the shirts. Okay. Oh, Bath Mystery. That's right. Only the real ones now. Oh. I do have, you know what? I do have children, so that is like little haunted beings. That is a pretty fair point. Check the journal. Sad. It should say it here. Why doesn't it? Heard the pint glass is top tier approved. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I really don't know why you don't have case numbers. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but like maybe reword this. So like you're not on case blah, but like previous case. I don't know. I don't know. Unholy hello. I'm surprised there's no hats. The problem is that I don't know if there's any hats in there that I like or like would I even want to put on a hat? Yeah. All right. Walk around the lobby real fast. Make sure that everything's good. Is debrief available? I don't think so. No, debrief is only available if you've played during the session while the game is open. Yeah. So, not much I can do about it. Hey, Kelsey, welcome in. Just a black hat. I could. How many rounds have you played? I think 9,998. To be literal, it's probably more than that, but that's what my number should be. Yeah. We don't play fast here. Hi, Phoenix. Oh, man. Resisting the urge. Call. You have no idea how much stuff I purposefully just keep on going. You have no idea. Yeah. Does the truck list the case number? No, because inside of the truck, it's just photos. So, no. Cactus, thank you for the follow, by the way. All right. Oh, man. I think we're basically ready to go. Like I said, I think we have one to go before it happens, but I do have it ready. I have it ready. We're just not going to do it yet. Hey, Jack, welcome in. What is your favorite word? I don't think I have one. Am I going to do random map for 10K? Probably not. Again, I don't want to make it painful. I thought it had number and all. Oh, in the truck? In the truck, it should just be photos. No, I don't think so. Am I incorrect? No, they're literally just photos. Yeah. Yeah, don't want to do random. Not really, no. No, Philium, welcome in, dude. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. On the difficulty screen. What about it? I think you guys are imagining a lot of things here. There's no go to custom. Okay. Does it say, are you saying that it says it? No, I wrote that. This is not, this wasn't by them. That was me. Your case number is never up here. I named this. This is my 10,000th case custom. So, yeah. See, no evidence. I named that. That wasn't like created by them. Yeah. Are we on the same page now? Are we good? No, it's not in the journal. It's not in the truck. It's not anywhere in here. It's not inside of this glass case. It's not inside of this skull. It's not on the Ouija board. It's not anywhere here. Yeah. I got it covered. It's not here. It's whenever you enter the game. Like when you go into the round. That's where it is. Chat makes a real F. No. Oh, hell no. It's on my back. Oh, shit. I got to look. Did you check it? Yeah. Check the reflection. You know, there is stuff there. It's just not what we need. All right. We're going to, okay. Where do I want to, I think I should do 10,000 at Willow. I feel like that's the way to go. So I'm not going to do Willow right now. I think it makes sense to do it at my favorite map. Only the best place to do it. I agree. Agreed upon. So we're going to start at Tangle and then we'll see what case number this is. Depending on what case number this is, will dictate what happens next. Just back-to-back wheelers? Nah. Nah. All right. Find out this case. Listen, if I find out this is case 10K, then we're going to go edit some things, but I don't think so. No, we should be okay. I have faith. Okay. I have faith. Thank you guys for the hype train. Thank you so much, everybody, already. Jesus. Imagine? No, I don't want to imagine, because if it is, then we're wrong. Hope it's a mimic. Oh, that would just be sweet, sweet justice. Okay, that's good there. I'm just making sure everything is set, which it should be. Pop, 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 pop. Oh God. Is this not going to open now? Oh God. Oh God. Hey Goldie, how are you? What's up, Levi? Come on. You're killing me, Smalls. All right. I need to close StreamerBot and open it back up. I need to close it and open it back up. Somebody got merch. Thank you for the merch, friend. Dude, it's freaking out. Why are you okay? You having a bad day, little friend? This Flash guy went live? Oh, man. I hate when he does that. There. Okay. Yeah, it's not responding. Close it. Yes, please. It's freaking out. I have 3 monitors. I have a vertical one to my left and then 2 horizontal ones. Yeah. APOC 3? No, it doesn't. No. No, that's creating pain for yourself. Forcefully making it so that you have to walk at 50 speed at 10,000 cases? No, that's not my jam. Not my jam. All right. That is good. That is good. There we go. I think we fixed it. You have a vertical one. That is correct. That is correct. What is the advantage of a vertical monitor? Well, the advantage of a vertical monitor, it just is a matter of what you like to have on a monitor. So like if I'm using things that are very vertical, then it's really nice to have a vertical monitor to put them on. So I have my chat window over to my left. That's on here. Same with my activity window, literally side by side. Spotify above, task manager below. If I were to turn it and have it the other way, then it would just be wasting a lot of space. Yeah. So for me, it's helpful. And then usually when I'm like editing my day during my day job, I have an ultra wide because I'm using something like Premiere that is a horizontal editing space. So being able to have a timeline editor across this way is really nice. Yeah, exactly. You can join? Nope, you can't. Thank you, Jake. We're about to, or we're close. We're very close. It works for me. Some people don't like vertical, some do. It's just a matter of space. If I had 3 vertical monitors also, my desk space would just be annoying. How long did it take you to learn to edit? Now, that's a loaded question because it didn't take me very long to learn how to edit. How long did it take me to learn how to edit the way that I can now? 8 years? Yeah. No, Johnny, you didn't miss it. No, you're good. Drink of choice coffee today? Yeah, a little bit. Mac, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate it, homie. There's never too many monitors. Don't let anybody ever tell you different. Okay, you live your life the way you want to live it. And you tell them to shut up. Okay. All right, we should be good. We're going to start at Tangle. I'm pretty sure this is not case number 10,000. So as long as that's the case, see what it is, then we should be okay. Thank you for getting merch, someone. I don't know who it is, but they got a shirt. What kind of coffee? I mean, it's very like light creamer. Light creamer. Yeah, nothing crazy. It was you, Sim. Enjoy the merch. Realize it's 3 a.m. Damn. Well, not for me. For me, it's 9. All right. We need to see what case number this is.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the
Score.
investigation.
We did it. We're fine. The next. Okay, I don't know what the next one's going to be now. Never mind. Never mind. I don't know which case is real. I have a feeling this is correct and this is not. I think this is right. I think this is wrong. The case bug. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's wrong. Why don't you ghost hunt IRL? Because I have 3 kids, a full-time job. I stream 4 to 5 days a week, bro. You think I have time to go running around hunting IRL? You crazy? Check-in didn't show? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hey, Diddy Kong, how are you? What do you mean it didn't show? It's literally connected. Came in just in time. Oh yeah, we're close, but we're not there yet. Is the check-in stuff working? Or no? Is that working? Is there a coach here? Oh my God. Yes, it is working. Well, no, the issue is it's not doing an actual check-in. I see what they're saying. I see what the problem is. Well, I see that there's a problem. It's just a matter of being able to fix said problem. Hold, please. Hold, please. Maddie Poo! Oh my goodness gracious. Maddie, 47 months. How are you supposed to check in? I don't know. Go to the airport? I'm freaking working on it, dude. What does it look like I'm doing? Let's go. What up, Maddie? All right. Let's see. Let's see if we can fix it. I think the issue is that I had to close down StreamerBot and open it back up. I think that's causing problems. I think it's causing issues. The gates have been breached. Hold. They've been breached. Kazaa, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you, dude. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. We're causing all kinds of problems. The issue is that you guys can see the point redeem, but it's not actually triggering the ting. You know? Unless I just ignore it for the day. You see that? When you redeem I'm here, it should... Oh, wait, there it is. It's working. Oh, it's working. Okay, I did literally nothing. Anyway, thank you for the patience. I'm sorry. I didn't do anything. I literally did nothing. And it's apparently working. Great. Awesome. It was working. Oh, was it just delayed? You hope it's a Banshee. They're your favorite? Banshees are pretty cool. It's a little bit harder on solo for Banshee, but yeah. All right. I don't think we're on case number 9,999. I think we're on case number 9,998. I think so. Jana, hello. We'll just do the middle and a half. Okay. Repel, capture a video, sound recorder. We're probably not going to perfect game this. We're just going to warm up. How the game's going? I'm just getting started, friend. We're just getting going. We're very close to case number 10,000. Imagine a blood moon. Okay. All right. I'd rather not. Tom can have them. Tom loves blood moons. You think the book is wrong. See, I don't. I don't think the book is wrong. I think that the board is wrong. What I could do is I could just go into the next match, assuming that it's 10,000, and then go from there. Go on. Lizzie, enjoy the merch, friend. Oh yeah, old HR Chuck and stuff is in here. Coach, what are you doing, dude? Well, Vaughn, the problem is that I had to adjust the case number myself because it was messed up. Yeah, difficulty nightmare for now. We're gonna do a custom 10 times soon. Ooh, where's that breath? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Three, 5. Oh, are you actually here? Okay. Oh, yeah, your podcast came out. I'll have to give it a listen. Coach, you'll have to send me the link to it. We do not need a blood moon emote. That would assume that we want blood moons. I really don't. I really don't. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, Bethany, you play Phas too? Sweet. Can I F the shoes? We usually don't do that on Tanglewood, but you know, I could be willing to make an exception. No, we don't. We don't need a blood moon emote. Haven't had a blood moon since January? I mean, I've had a few. Yeah. You son of a... Sim. Actually, let's do this. Sim, if you do exclamation point Ko-Fi, it should put the link in chat. On the purple side, anyway. Did you guys see it, or are you just doing that to have her thing played? Don't get blood moons unless I play with a friend. They stream. I call stream. Oh, the old streamer luck. Yeah, that does. It's a real thing. It does happen. What is this emote? It's me holding a lighter. So that way, when I forget my lighter, people can yell and say, "Hey, your lighter." Orbs. But then again, I do not want blood moon. They scare me. I just, you know, I'm bitter. I'm bitter about it because I want to be able to choose it myself. I don't want to have to wait for a 2%. Did it just bounce off the wall? I don't want a 2% chance to get it. Don't forget the lighter. Thank you. Yeah, the odds of getting a blood moon are 2% in general. Yeah. Why do you take flashlight? So I can see. If there are orbs, is it a mimic until proven otherwise? I mean, in our heart, kind of, yeah. Oh, I can just see without it. Okay. Awesome. See, when they turn the power off and it's basically like this, can you guys see? You see okay? Probably not. So I bring flashlight so you guys can see more than I can see. You can't see it, but you just told me you can see. So now you're just lying to me. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you friendly? Tier 2 headgear. Oh, you mean the flashlight on my head? Where are you? Nothing. Close, but not really. Okay. Oh, I'll leave you there. Mom, turn on the light. Yeah, because if Ghosty turns off the power, the extra light is really, really nice. You can see fine. Okay, Matthew. There's always a chance for a mimic. Always. Turn brightness to 250. Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to, if I look at it hard enough, I bet it's going to be like 250 times 2. The amount of like, do this thing that I'm already doing is wild. It's crazy. Looks like it's 500. All right, let's get moving. Oh, Ghosty, you're not giving me my second piece of evidence. I'm not a fan, but I have not really checked for UV, have I? Interesting. Okay. We need sound. We need video. We need stuff. We need things. I'm afraid, so I'm going to bring a smidge. Oh, I learned something, by the way, about tier 1 incense that I don't use super often. Yeah. One might imagine after 9,000 cases, you would know what you're doing. Well, guess what? I don't. Haha. Yes, I learned. Oh, did I was missing a UV in the truck. Am I? Oh, I don't want to do the roar. Maybe I picked it up and threw it on the ground. I learned that tier 1 incense, when you cleanse the ghost, it slows down the ghost after it has line of sight. Let me explain what I mean by that. If the ghost speeds up with line of sight and it starts getting faster, you had UV. No, I dropped it on the ground. It's right here. If the ghost has line of sight speed up, doesn't matter how fast it is, super, super, super fast. When you cleanse it with incense, it slows down to normal speed during the cleanse, and then it goes back up again. I noticed it yesterday for the first time. And now I'm being gaslit about it. Yeah. Cooked eggs. Thank you for the 22 months. Hi, Morky. That's a lot of cases. That is a lot. I'm being gaslit because I'm being somewhat told that this was added a long time ago. And I said, that's kind of horseshit because I found a game before Chronicle where it did not happen. And then after Chronicle, it did. I call horseshit. Wait, you didn't know that? Yeah, because you didn't either. It didn't happen till after Chronicle. What do you mean? Go find somewhere where it tells me that tier 1 incense is intentionally supposed to slow down the ghost. I will look at my DMs after, and I can't wait to see it. Are you doing a multiplayer lobby soon? No. Yeah. How do you bleep on live stream? I don't fucking know. Tier 1 doesn't slow down the ghost. Do you want me to prove you wrong, Chinggis? I don't have it right now. I have to wait. I have to wait until we do the 10,000th case. 10,000th case. I can prove you wrong. Yeah. I swear to you. I swears to it. Hi, Emery. How are you? Danger, think of the 17. Pulls out popcorn. All right. Let's keep doing this and I'll show you after. I'll just test it out now. Go get line of sight speed with the ghost. Loop it. Have it get fast. Smudge it. And then let me know. Come back and let me know. I'm curious to see what you have to say. Yeah. I'm being gaslit, man. Should do tier 1 stuff maybe? No. I want to enjoy my 10,000th case. I'm not like, how can I make this really awful for myself? Oh, he could like chug ranch soda while running around blind. Because, you know, who takes a flashlight? Isn't that the point of to slow it down? No. The tier 1 incense has never slowed down the ghost. That's what makes this and tier 3 special. I hate it here. All right, going back inside. This one. And this one. I hate it here. No, it's still like tier 2 will still slow it down significantly. Like it will slow it down way more. And tier 3 will literally stop it. But it was the first time I ever noticed it. It worked. Crazy, huh? Did you just test it? You don't hate it here. Yes, I do. You have a lot of experts in the chat tonight. I guess, yeah. No, you didn't miss it. No, okay, you're fine. This is, we might even have another case after this. I'm sorry, is my breath in here now? I mean, I know I took 15 years talking to chat in the truck about ranch. No, Astrock, not yet. Oh my God. I want Cheeps to just read me bedtime stories all the time. I'm sorry. Why is it... Dude, the ghost is going back and forth like this, like crazy. Super cold there. Nice. Interesting. Okay. Give me this. Give me this. Do one of those. Side of one of these. One of those. Watch it. Wait, can it be? No. Can't be a wraith. Walkie walkie, let's go. Trying to steal your actual sanity? Facts. Facts. Is this game on Cheese Station 2? No, no, it's only on Nintendo Dreamcast. It's 1 degree in here. But the ghost is here? Love me some Dreamcast. Me too. Mine is, you can't see it that well, but it's here. Is that the one? Yeah. It's right there. You sack of shit! I missed it. God damn it. occupied with the dream. This is your fault. You guys did this. This is your fault. Wait, where are the orbs? Wait a minute. What the fuck is going on? What the hell are you doing out here? I'm losing it. IRL, gone. Losing it. It's the same sound Chingus makes on the toilet. That was nice. Did you like that? So Ghosty is doing this guy here. Do you feel him? What are we missing, man? We're missing something. Missing something. There's a merch giveaway. If you guys type join. Showed off his brownie frownies. Yeah, a little bit. Can you be? No, you can't even be a Goryo. What are you hiding? Did I just miss the opportunity for UV? Ya butthole. Put that there. What? No. No. No UV. No UV. No UV. What are you hiding? My guess, freezing. If I had to guess, I'd say freezing. Nocturnal, thank you for the 6 months. Morbid Slays, thank you for the gifted. Dude, this ghost is literally everywhere. You know where I just heard it? Over there somewhere. You can't be twins. I'm freaking out, man. I mean, you could be a banshee, maybe. Could be. God, it's so cold everywhere. Okay, I might have to go get motion sensors. This thing is wild. I might not have a choice. Let's do this. Hey, mermaid. Hey, how are you? Oh. Ram, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Hello, how are you? Ghost is twerking. Yeah. Cursed possession? I didn't even look. It's probably the monkey paw. Dude, give me the banshee whale. Do it. Give me the... Wait, but if you are a banshee... Ultraviolet orbs are dots. What the... It's dropping deuces? Do I have a favorite ghost? Yeah, the Mimic. Mimic is my favorite. Ghosty, thank you for the 10 months. Verified, how are you? All right, now set that one off. Oh, ghost fart. Got the ghost fart. Hey, Death, how are you? You need help with your game? Go to the Phasmo Discord. What the hell you say to me? Can't be writing. Well, sorry, we don't have to look for writing. That's what I meant to say. Mango? No, like make men go mad watching you? I don't know. Freezing, finally. No. Rev Yuri Hantu Onryo. Unless I have Spirit Box or Ultraviolet. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? I don't know. This ghost is not acting like any of these ghosts. No clue. Mythical, think of it as 17. I'm all thinking of it as 6 months. Probably just going to make you hunt at this point. Or you can do it yourself. Did it just do it from all the way up? I'm freaking out, man. What the hell is going on? You just watched the Mimic video. Welcome in, dude. Yeah, that, the reason I lived is because that ghost was a Mimic. Yeah. Bro's gonna crash out? Yeah, skibbity. Yeah. This ghost is literally everywhere. Do you think it's gonna hunt here or over there this time? Freaking out, man. That's how I feel. When you're frustrated with the ghost. Dude, you better knock it off. Not in the mood, hotshot. It's gonna eat this again. It's gonna eat this again. We didn't get the third audio. I didn't record it because I was hoping for a Banshee scream. But now that I can't be a Banshee, I don't know. Is Coach going bed? Good night, Coach. Steam, welcome in. What's up, Oak? Elmo, how are you? It's the most roaming ghost. I just don't know. I've never seen a ghost go back and forth this much. I got nothing. Watch it be a kid. Have you noticed that we haven't had a physical ghost manifestation? Just ghost farts for days. Onryo then hunted away the fire. I don't know though. The firelight was all the way over there and the ghost ate it from the garage. So that wouldn't make sense. It's triplets. Oh, quadruplets just covering the entire house. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Unless it blew out the firelight and literally walked over here to start hunting. That's all I got. It's a new ghost. It is a Hantu? I'm dead. I need to step outside. I got brownie frownies on. No, you're not coming with me. No. Do you want to know how I didn't die? Are you curious to know how I didn't die? Do you see what's in my hand? I was trying to get the recording of the ghost, which I did, by the way. It started to speed up really, really fast. So I started spamming Q and right click like this to hopefully light the smudge. I button mashed the living crap out of everything I had. This ghost is insane. But it can only be a Hantu. It can be nothing else. Oh, B, thank you so much, friend. Gnome, how are you? How are you doing? Oh my God. And I lit it and I put it back in my pocket. So change of pants? Yes, please. Oh man, I got all the objectives. That was really the goal here. It wasn't even necessarily do like a perfect game or anything. Just leave at this point. I think that's probably the smartest thing to do. We know it's not a Revenant because of the speed. It would have been way slower, and it can't be either of those. The only thing it could be would be a Mimic. But it's not giving me Spirit Box. It's not giving me Ultraviolet. And that was definitely slow because of the temperature. And when it got back over to this main area where it's super cold, it got really fast. So you smudged your pants a little bit. A little bit. Yeah, I'm leaving. I don't know. That's the craziest shit. I don't know if I've ever smudged like that. Just a tad, yeah.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
I was not ready for the ghost to just bolt at me like that. I thought that it was colder downstairs or in the other room, so I thought I'll be fine. And then it started sprinting. But I really wanted to get the video, so I did. Oh, man. Well, that was entertaining. Can you show a clip? Oh, in Phas? Oh, are you asking, can you play the video clips you record? No, unfortunately you can't. Just wanted a hug? Yeah, sure. Thank you, Juju. Yeah, there is a clip on the purple side, though. All right. We need to pretend as if this is the case. Now we're nice and warmed up. Blood pumping. I do have ads coming, though. Okay, maybe we do this. I have a better idea. Let's do the wheel spin. We'll run the ads. And then after we do the ads, then we'll do the 10,000, case 10,000. Yeah. It would be a cool addition. I agree. 100%. The problem is that they just don't have the capability of doing it right now. That's all. Just play it like you have. Yeah, basically. Yeah. All right. Oh, man. What a time, eh? All right. Let us do our wheel spin. And then after the wheel spin, we'll do ads. And then after we do ads, then we'll do the case. Game on? Game on. Kitty Cat, hi, friend. Maze, thank you for the 11 months tier toe. And we shall free one more person from ads. We will free one. So let's do a sub giveaway. How's it going? It's going, man. How are you? Yeah, so if you're not already subbed, this is your opportunity, but I do need a word. Hi, Fwank. Thank you for the heart me, Fwank. Hey, Shelby, welcome in. How are you? Can you see how far the ghost moved? Yes, I can. Yeah, after we're done this, absolutely. 10. Not 10K. Maybe we just keep it simple and do 10. Word. 10K, you know what? Okay, fine. You know what? We will. All right. I'm down. If you are not subbed, this is your opportunity to earn a free one by typing 10K in chat. 10K. I will give you 60 seconds to do so. If you're already subbed and you do win, you have to pick somebody. So this is the opportunity for someone to get a free sub. I will gift it to them. Love, thank you for the 3 months. Devil, welcome in. By the way, guys, if you're not already in the server, it is there. So the rest of the socials, I know they're going to go flying by, but you know what I mean. All right. You have 40 seconds. Mr. Chinggis, you better have somebody picked out, sir. You hear me, boy? The camera looks great, by the way. Side note. I know I didn't get a chance to talk to you about it that much, but the quality is fantastic. If I could give you one piece, one piece of, I don't know, it's one critique, and then you choose to do with it what you will. Shifty, thank you for the 1 month. Pixel Pixie, thank you for the 15. All right, you guys have 10 seconds. If I win, I'll give 5 subs. How's that? You drive a hard bargain, sir. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hey, Leah, how are you? It's Mr. Chinggis. Make sure you guys are following Mr. Chinggis. He's one of my homies. He's one of my homies. Midnight Society. Met him multiple times. We've had Dint in multiple times. Well, no. No, that was breakfast. No, that was breakfast. Dawes. GG's. Not dinner. Yeah, we have had multiple meals together. This is true. Breakfast wasn't in bed, but you know what, though? It's fine. I'll take it. It was at a restaurant, and it was with people like Mr. Chinggis and Baron and some other friends, too. Oh, man. Daweswill, you are already subbed, friend. Who's it going to be? I might need mods' help here. You're already subbed, man. This is your choice. The choice is yours. No respin. They're already subbed. They get to pick. It's their choice. Nice pants. Just very generalized compliments. Very generalized compliments. Oh my gosh. Jay, thank you for the 5 months, man. It's pretty funny. I'm trying to make sure I catch it. What if the pants are not on? Then that just means you're winning at life. That just means you're winning. I see it. I see it. Mr. Chinggis, you didn't win, sir. Excuse you. I wanted to feel like a winner. Oh my goodness gracious. I missed the 10. No, you did not. No. You did not miss it. No, I didn't do it yet. No, we just ran a run. We ran one to see what case we were on. Yeah. All right. I see where we're going, friend. I got you. Mr. Chinggis, thank you for the sub, sir. You ain't got to be doing that, sir. It's Mr. Chinggis. Yeah. All right. Let's close that down. Close that. There we go. There we go. He's always a winner. Don't let him tell you otherwise. And enjoy the sub, friend. Okay. All right. Now it's time. Jana. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the crystal dream. Holy moly. What if the ghost is Spider-Man? Then we'll just point at it. Yeah, that sounds right. Chinggis is a wiener? Yeah, but he's our wiener. What's a 10K game? It's when you are on case number 10,000. Yeah. All right. I'm going to do ads, guys. 3 minutes. I do it every hour, so that way there's no pre-rolls. So if you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, I'm not playing this next match without you because it might be case number 10,000. So we wait. Does the parabolic also say what case you're on? I think so. I'm pretty sure it does. Do them ads? Yeah, we do the ads. You got turbo? Heck yeah. Turbo is legit. I have turbo. I love turbo. Did you ever get the I don't think, are you talking about the incense, kitty? What map are we doing? Willow. Willow's my favorite map. What does it mean if I've never watched a single ad in 4 years? If you don't have turbo, you're not subbed to somebody, then you're very lucky. Oh, it's not a bug. No. When I tried to look at my alt account and it still also said 10K, the case number is saved to your Windows. It's not saved to that Steam account. So, yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately. How many hoops? I think do I have 666? I think I have 666. Hey, Doc, how are you? I'm good. Yeah, 666. Alejandro, thank you for the 2 months. Always get confused. I don't mind watching, but never really pop. Yeah, if you're not getting any, then it is what it is. That's awesome. Hey, Darren, how are you? You have 777? No, I leave it as is. There's a very, very tiny Easter egg when you do 666. A very tiny one. I wish it was way better. It should be. Did I miss it? No, you didn't. You're fine. No, you're good. I just get ads for the Australian Defence Force meta rape. Okay. All right. Taught you how to play Phas. That's awesome, dude. Kitty Cat, thank you so much. The arm is still feeling it, man. I might have to get it looked at if it doesn't stop. It like all of a sudden is fine, and then it's all of a sudden it's not. Yeah. We back? Not yet. Some people are not. No, I wait for the full 3 minutes. Kryptonite, thank you for the 8 months. Still showing him sub, but I got ad. Wait, what? Maybe it's because you didn't do it soon enough, Crypto. That might be why. Is there an engraving on the table in the lobby? Yeah, it says it's JoJo. Yeah, it should be. Is it on the edge? Where is it? I don't know where it is. It's right there. Yeah, JoJo was here. Yeah. No, it didn't happen yet. No. It just randomly happens when I overdo it. Atrotola 20. Nice. They're almost over. They're 20 seconds and we'll be done. Who's JoJo? She is another Kinetic partner. Content creator. Yeah, streamer. Zone, thank you for the follow. Jesse, welcome in. Man, lots of homies today. Lots of homies. Moose, thank you for the 9 months. It's a baby. You got to name it. You don't have a choice. Copper! Gypsy, thank you for the 3 months. Oh my God. I just noticed that you changed the ad screen too. Didn't you used to be in the upper right? No, I've always been, no, I'm upper right on the main screen. I'm upper right during this screen. I used to be lower right for this screen. Yeah. Copper, thank you so much. What kind of map would you want to see in the future? I always say I would love to see an abandoned carnival, but I don't think we're going to see that for a very long time. It is really warm in this room. Hey, Perp, how are you? Copper, how's it going, friend? Oh, for those, I have a new starting soon screen for those that haven't seen it. Did you make this? I did. Oh, the ad screen? Yeah, I made it. Yeah, that was me. That was me. You like to play this in VR? It's fun. I'm just waiting. I'm literally waiting for VR to be fixed. So lots of people keep telling me that I shouldn't play yet. They said that I should wait until it's not so, I don't know if buggy is the word. Yeah. Do we get a preview of it? Well, one side can't see this right now. Hold on. I can fix it though. Isn't that cool? I love it. Do you play Repo? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. The thing that I like about this is that I can do it it can be very modular where I can add games or remove games over time. So, yeah. I love it. I love it. I don't have VR, but still freaked out sometimes. Probably not a good idea. Oh man, it's really cool though. If you don't get any kind of motion sickness or anything and you have VR and you can play fast, I would highly recommend it. Isn't it great? Oh, Chingus, I love it. Yeah, and then it just loops. And then it just loops. For now, it's this, and then I will talk to the artists in time to get more made. But yeah. Can you turn this off? I don't like scary games. No, but you can close your eyes, then you won't be able to see any of them. Okay. Kitty Cat, thank you. That's pretty cool. I love it. It's so cool. I don't know. I just had this idea in my head, so I reached out to somebody. on Fiverr. I was like, hey, I got this idea. I don't know what we can do with it, but we should try. Okay, so we are on case number 10,000. 10,000. That calls for a special kind of investigation. So what I decided that I wanted to do, I want to do a Willow run that is a 10 times multiplier. 10 times for 10K. Break was a good inspiration for this because she was like, maybe you should do like a 10 times multiplier. I was like, that's a fantastic idea. So I customized this game specifically for this one. I don't know if this is going to be a failure or not, but we're sure going to try. So these are the settings that I have for this. Okay. I have a starting sanity of 100. Sandy pill restoration. Okay. I cannot sprint. Some of this had to be tweaked to make it 10 times. So you'll see. Okay. So sprinting is off. Player speed is normal for me. Flashlight is on. The ghost is 150 speed. Roaming frequency high. Changing favorite room high. Activity level low. Event frequency low. Friendly ghost off, obviously. Grace period is 1 second. 0 evidence. Weather's random. Sanity monitor is on, but activity is off. We do have the fuse box, and I have 2 cursed possessions. 2. We're going to give this a try. I think the hard part about this, I think the hard part of this is going to be that the activity is low and the event frequency is low. I think that's going to be the tough part. But we're going to try. We're going to give it a shot. If this is not case 10,000, then what I might do is I might go in, guess, and go to the next one. So we're going to pretend like this is it. Perfect game. I mean, listen, that's not necessarily out of the realm of possibility, you know? Okay. I'm scared. I'm frightened. Floss, Davis, welcome in. Kitty Cat, thank you. We're doing it live. That's right. Case number 10,000 at Willer's. I think we're good on equipment. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as is. I like it. I like it. Oh, check my stats. Oh, somebody wanted me to do that. Yeah. It changed rooms twice. You got me, man. I can't explain what the hell was going on and why the ghost in my last match was a psychopath. I don't know. It only changed rooms twice, but it literally was hopping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Let's do the things. Make sure we have it set properly. Case number 10,000. It's ready. Are we ready? 0 abilities. Well, it's a Hantu. What's it going to do? I was like, wait, no, it's a Hantu. It couldn't have done anything. Yeah. Yeah? All right. Let's rock. Pick a number between 1 and 10. 9. Ah! No blood moon. Get wrecked. Ah, see, look. I was right. Told you. This is not the one. Oh, watch. I'm going to get it next round. I swear to God. This is not 10,000. So it's the next one. Guess and go? Yeah. We're going to guess and go. Wait, let me do this. Let's at least do this. What if I go? If I see an orb? Oh, man, that'd be legendary. So close, but so far. Kerrigan, Nolly, welcome in. I'm at least going to do one little peek. Did I grab the key? I did. Okay. No orbs? All right. If it's still a mimic, I'm going to be really pissed. All right. This is definitely a Oni. I knew it was an Oni because I could see different particles in the air through the thing. Yeah, it's a thing.
Welcome back.
Rev, kitty cat, you would have been right. Yeah. Ah, whatever. All right. Now we have case number 10,000. So close. You were right. Wrong particles. Oh, I was looking at the next house. Take 2. Let's fight. Imagine if it was right. Listen, it happens sometimes. Not very often, but it does happen. This time for real. All right. Case 10K. Let's do the things. We got to focus up.
We've arrived.
Got to focus up.
Equipment and get set up before investigating.
Oh, boy.
Nothing to report, but it looks like whoever was here left in a hurry.
Thank you for the Power Ranger sound. All right. Here it is. Case number 10,000. Alex Holmes. Escape. Parabolic. Crucifix. I can't sprint. I have no hiding. There is no evidence, but I do have sanity. I do have sanity. So what I might do for this one is I might go in with a firelight. I might go like this just to be extra safe, you know? Just to be extra safe. We do this, we go find the power, we do the stuff and do the things. Yeah. What does the response to mean? That means it's typically in multiplayer that you need to worry about that. If the ghost responds to everyone, then you can have multiple people in the room at the same time. I'm sorry? It sounded like an old guy clearing his throat in the front door. Did you hear that? We'll grab this while we're at it. I don't know what exactly I heard. Give the ghost a hug. I'd really rather not. Must be a smoker. Oh yeah, that's definitely possible. Okay, we put that in there. Let's put that in there just in case. My sanity is fine right now, but you know, definitely a just in case. Did I grab my... Okay, I did. All right, let's go. Oh, cards is one of them. Oh boy. At least it wasn't in the basement. Or so we think. Power is though. Now, where was the stuffed animal in the front that I just heard? That's the question. Luca, thank you for the 5 months. It is on the couch. Oh, yeah. It should be. You're right. So, Ghosty should be upstairs by the front door. Should. Garage? Wait. Is there no stuffed animal there? Or is it in the garage? It's... Ooh, it might be garage. It can teleport, yeah. Maybe not. Or was it all the way back here and I just heard it by the front door? Noted. I think that's exactly what it was. Care for a drink. I'm not thirsty right now. Thank you, Ghosty. I'm fine. Gino, none of them do that. No, they're not active. They haven't been active for like a week. Might be twins. I don't know. I think that I think the stuffed animal we heard, for some reason, the sound sounded like it was right by the front door, but I think it was all the way in the back. I think. All right, we're still rocking on the sanity, so that's good. What am I doing? Oh, as I say, I don't need, I need no evidence, but we will check for orbs. So it's a no evidence run. We have to be extra careful, SpongeBob. Extra careful. All right, I've got this. I've got that. Check for the salt. Yeah. You need water. That's great. Oh, walking in the thing. Careful, SpongeBob. Yeah, we're getting there. There's no evidence means I'm not going to get any. So I can't, there's no point in looking for dots, UV, orbs. Orbs are the only thing I should look for because it could be a mimic. Wait, was that a throw? Did I just see I saw a throw, right? That wasn't an orb? Okay. Dude, I thought, oh my God, I thought it lit up an orb. That's like, all right. Let's do this. Yeah, it was the object throw. Okay. I mean, if you want to give me like a banshee scream or something, I wouldn't be upset. Rip my hopes and dreams. Oh man, it would have been a really fast investigation, but that's okay. Maybe we don't actually want that. Okay. Not a wraith. Any sounds? Are you stuck, Step Ghost? It said help. Oh my. Does the computer count as a light? I'm pretty sure that that bug still does exist. You're talking about when the ghost turns on the computer that it can't be a mare. I think that that's what that means. No, I'm not going to get UV zero. I have no evidence. So I have a, nope, that's nope. I have a feeling we can cross off mare. It sounded like, or the TV. Yeah, I think that's a bug. Craig, oh my goodness. Thank you so much, man. All right. You never know. What if it does like Pulte things and we don't notice it from there? What else do we need? We need one of those, another one of these, one of these. We want to track its motion for sure. I can take photos of the tarot cards. I can take photo of the bone. We know where the bone is. Oh, wait, I should actually do it. Do I need a photo of the ghost? No. Groovy. Relax, Ghosty, we're coming. That should count. Good. Yes, Monkey Paw. I'm going to put this one out here. Just to cover our tush. Thank you, Ducky. Appreciate it. Craig, thank you, dude. Let's put this one here. Maybe I go put that there and then I go get more. Got you into playing Phas? That's awesome. Here, let's get the motion sensor while we're here. No more ghosties jumping on the bed. You know how this goes. Literally got all three at once. Killing it. Killing it. Not a shade. Well, that... We say not a shade. I'm not 100% on that yet because was the ghost in the room when it decided to event on me? A shade will not event if you're in the room with it. But if it walks out of the room, it can absolutely event on me in the room. That's the question. So I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the motion sensor about where the ghost was. So what I could do is I could grab 2 more just to be safe. Also, did I leave the file? I did. Okay. Oh, I didn't see my sanity. Oh, yeah. The shades can't do singing events thing. Yeah, that's another thing that was said. It's not approved. It's not been like, sorry. The devs have not confirmed it, but it's something that a lot of people have tested. So that right there would say that that's not a shade. I was playing as if you've done 10K cases before. Crazy. Ghosty, I'm back. You piece of trash. Never mind. I hate you. Oh, yeah. It just threw something in the room with me there. Yeah, I see that. Let's go get the power back on, you jerk. Tried to bond. Oh, my God. Hey, Rapid. Welcome in. How's it going, dude? I'm on edge. I'm on edge. We're in Willow, but I'm on edge. What do we know? Not you. Not you. You son of a... Are you a Hantu? Stop it. Hey, welcome in. How are you? Son of a nutcracker. Listen. You better knock it off, homie. Well, okay. Well, there you go. That confirms not a mare right there. We knew it because it did that, but it also turned on a light. So, 100%. Man, if you had a penny for every case, that's a lot of pennies. All right. Maybe I do an Onryo test real fast. I don't think I had this lit yet. Sus. Okay. On the way to work, drop and say hi. I appreciate you, Buzz. I hope you have a good day at work, man. No, the one that I had lit, I think was by the front door, right? That one is lit. Oh, wait, but that's going to fail. I got to go get it. I got to go get it. It was not lit. Okay. Well, that's one block because if I have another firelight lit on the map, then it's going to fail. The Onryo test will fail. This will cancel it. So I'll just go make it part of the test. Will a mare never turn on a light? That's correct. So this is definitely within range, 100%. If you want to be safe about it, I could do this. Just show the range of this crucifix. And put it there. There we go. Gonna make it hunt eventually. Yeah. Other things, yeah, like somebody just sent chat. Another thing that people say, but it hasn't been confirmed by the devs, is that an Onryo is the only ghost that can blow out the same firelight twice in 20 seconds. There's 2. But that's the same one, is what they're saying. I keep doing this occasionally just in case I get like a Banshee scream. Yeah. Super funny. I did find the bone. I just didn't go get a picture of it yet. I did. It does have that villain laugh, that like Disney villain. Yeah, in the garage. Come on. If you blow that out, we can at least cancel out one more ghost. Repair mic yet? No. I might just get the other sound, honestly, and just cross it off so I don't actually have to look anymore. It's really not in the mood. Any day now. Shadow! Welcome in, dude. Pretty chitter chatty? It is pretty chitter chatty, but it's not doing a ting. I literally counted to 10 and it shut the power off. That was hovering, which makes me a little bit curious. Angel is kind of thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. I don't know about levitating items and lights. Can ghosts levitate items with lights on? I would assume no. Shattered, thank you for the 8 months. But I can 100% cross you off, though. No, it's definitely not. It didn't. It would have tried to hunt. Okay. If you could just, like, show us immediately that you are what we think you are, that would be pretty sick. So, before the whole Chronicle thing where they, like, added the items being able to levitate and all that jazz, ghosts can't throw items if the light is on in the room. Now, a ghost that can throw items when the light is on is a Polty because it's using its ability. And the ability does not do a check for the light. This light was on. This light was on. The only way that this could have gone into another room and done it would be if it went into here and did it. Is my breath out here? Or is my breath actually in here? Why were you counting after the third light? Because on Rios, it's usually like, it can be up to like 6 or 7 seconds after the third firelight blowout that an Onryo can hunt. So once it blew out the third firelight, I counted in my head to like 7, 8, 9 just to make sure that it wasn't going to hunt. And it didn't try. It would have tried. Listen, homie. Oh, would y'all grow up? Even my kids running around doing that. Took Grandpa's shoes. Grandpa's got some pretty rad shoes. I would if it wants to do a Polty thing, I'm here for it. I am all for it. See what I mean? I'm so on edge. Now, every time this ghost has touched a door, it has not partially moved the door. I should do it like this. It's a boring ghost. Well, I mean, the settings we have it on, and I've also retained my sanity for the most part. That's why it's boring, because we don't want it to just attack us. I can't sprint. The ghost is 150 speed. You know what I might do? I'm going to go get more smudges. Use the curse. No. Ay, ay, ay. Do I ever get a tarot card gambling? No, I do not. Absolutely not. Negative. Don't Urays always completely or not stall to open? That is what they say. And this goes so far, every time it's touched that door, has completely opened it. Every time. Okay, you're making it look real bad when it says evidence on the screen when I can't get evidence. It's not evidence, I swear. You love the cards? That's great. I love evidence. It has not done a ghost ball yet. No. No, we're just trying to get as much information as we can out of it before we make it hunt. Because if I make it hunt, we're kind of opening a bag of worms that we're not going to be able to close. That's the issue. I think it's the motion sensor that it's seeing. Yeah. Okay. I was hoping it would try to do the Pulte thing, or it would touch the Nor. I think that the mug or the glass that it lifted and dropped, I think that the ghost might. Oh, we were right. That'll do her. Let's see. Parabolic. We need to escape it, and crucifix. Okay. Let's get this. Yeah, it's a Pulte. Well, would you look it? So we were right about the glass. Well, well, well. What do we have here? See? He thought it was funny. And we don't get to hear it. Crucifix. I need 2 photos. Okay, we need the bone. Oh, I could take the EMF in there. Yeah, let's do the EMF. Easy peasy. It's a Pulte that has a lot of fun. It said F them shoes. That's what it did. All right. So we have that there. I got this here. I'm going to do this. We know it's not an Onryo, so that doesn't matter. If it blows one of those out, I can take a quick photo. EMF 5. No, I'm not going to get evidence. You can't get EMF 5 from a no evidence run. Didn't do it when you were in there because it cares about your sanity. Oh. Oh, Alex. Alex is a homie. Alex Holmes. First time catcher stream, welcome in. There we go. So now we have 4 photos. I need 3 videos. 3 videos and an audio. Wait. Hold on. I'm going to wait here. All right. Blow the other one out. I'm not even going to try. Thank you. There we go. There's 3. 3 videos and 1 photo. Rad. Let's go. Make a big old Pulte pile. I could. There's like 4 different types of Pulte bombs, I think. Is that right? I think there's 4. Ain't missing that. All right. So photos are no longer needed. I've got translucent motion. I can get the firelight burnout, right? Maybe get a thrown object. Yeah. Let's go do the thing. Oh, I could go get more salt. Yeah, that'd be a nice and easy one. Classic salt. Oh, I need to turn these off, actually. I'll leave that one on. I don't want to accidentally get the motion. Go ahead. Any day now. Hey, Jen. Thank you. There we go. Thanks, sweetheart. Here, we'll turn that off. Okay, I didn't mean the whole building. Hot shot. Go ahead. Throw something now, butthole. Get the crucie too. Yeah, I could. That's true. You know what I could do? Let me get the power on. I'm gonna get the power on, then I have an idea. Boom, 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 boom. Asking you shall receive. Well, I didn't mean the entire house. Crucie video? Yeah, we're gonna do more than that. I think we're gonna use a cursed object to make stuff and things happen. I got 2 of them. I might as well make use of it. Gamer. I am in the room. Sorry, they're playing sounds. All right. I have to hope I can get this in time. If it happens too fast, I'm not screwed, but like I'm not going to be able to get what I need. I wish to see the ghost. Nailed it. Now we need to escape. Song's gonna be stuck in your head. All right, that's been eaten once, so that's fine. Give me this guy. We're gonna take it out here. What I could do now is I could trap the ghost. Trap it and then go chill. Do I have a third smudge just in case things go south? Excuse you. All right, well, we found out what happened and what that sound was at the beginning. You know what the ghost is? Oh, we know what the ghost is. Oh, for sure. It's a Pulte. Yeah, we saw it do its thing. Why is the bear's head backwards? You know, faulty. It's on sale. I wish to trap the ghost. There we go. So all these are locked because I did it here, but Ghosty is locked in there for 60 seconds. So once it comes out to play, yay. What I could do is I could always go garage instead of trying to go over here. There's nowhere to hide. I have no hiding spots. Or do I? I wish to be safe. I do now. Couldn't hear a dang thing. Hunt is over. That, my friends, is a perfect 10 times run for case number 10,000. We might not be able to sprint back, but that's a walk of victory. That's what that is. 'Tis a walk of victory. Oh yeah, I don't need to look at that. We're fine. Holy moly. That's all the video. That's all the photos. That's all the audio. We saw the Pulte bomb. There's no orbs to be had. Get us out of here. Big bucks, no whammies.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
That is a perfect 10 times run for case number 10,000. And that banked us 6,000 XP. Because I got a weekly, I got a daily, I got a daily. Oh, man. It was tense. But boy, did I luck out with the ghost using its ability. It used its ability 7 times. Holy Pulte Batman. The one was extraordinarily obvious. But the one I think that was sneaky was the glass. Well, no, because it could pick things up and put it down. Yeah. The one that was sneaky was the glass. The lights were on in the surrounding rooms and it lifted it up and put it back down. There it is. GG's. GG's, friends. G's and cheese. Well, time down install. That's all we needed. That's it. We can just uninstall the game. Kitty Cat, thank you. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in. How many dollars did I get? I got 6,000 of them. Many doll hairs. Oh, Jesus. I just smacked my fan. Time to retire? Yeah. Oh, I can show that slowdown thing now that I was talking about. You beat the game. We beat story mode. You just missed it? Oh, it's okay. Life happens, you know? Life happens. It's okay. All right. I'm going to now show you guys, now that we're done that, we've unlocked hard mode. I'm not going anywhere. No. It's only 10:30. We're not going anywhere. Where's the Phas DLC? Oh my God. Listen, I'd be down for some Phas DLC. Okay, what I want to show you guys is I want to show you oh, why you got to play that? Completed the tutorial. That's right. Now we go on to the real game. Rip Ozzy, yeah. Our beloved Mr. Ozzy, man. That tutorial, y'all are stupid. So let's do this because I think it's going to make it more obvious if I do this. I'll just set it to pro and then ghosty speed. No, I'll leave ghosty speed normal. I'm going to make our speed. That's not speed. Sprinting is on. Player speed 150. I want this to be obvious. I'm then going to go and put on tier 1 smudge. Tier 1 incense because I want to show you guys something that I'm being gaslit about. I'm not a fan. I could do it at Tangle, I suppose, because it's a small map. Oh, I need to add stuff. Oh, son of a... There we go. Just give them all to me. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Tanglewood. I'm going to get the Ghost to Hunt. And then I'm going to have it get line of sight of me and get really fast. And then we're going to light the incense near the ghost. And then listen. Okay? Careful, SpongeBob. We should be okay. Okay. I'm trying to update stream information, and it doesn't want me to do that. There we go. When ads? 16 minutes. We're fine. We can do this, and we have more than enough time to do this. All right, tier 1 incense. Let's go. Get smudged, ghost nerd. That's right. All right, we're here. Give me this. Give me 2 of those. 1 of these. Hopefully it doesn't hunt right on top of us. Although this is pro settings, so I have a grace period, so it should be fine. Does he read TikToks? I'm not sure, Jazzy. I'll let you know. I should have started with the power on. Mistake. Wait. Oh, I didn't put unlimited sprint. Oh, gosh darn it. Zooming? Yeah, we be zooming, though. All right. Hey, don't hunt in here. Where are you? Oh, you're taking a poo op. Okay, we're fine. Would you just hunt? Bro. Come on, yokai. I would get a dum-dum. Hey. Come on, stupid. Did you hear the slowdown? All right, it's not a yokai. Why didn't she come over to me? Listen. Why? Why is it slowing down? Why is it slowing down like that? Tier 1 incense is not supposed to slow down the ghost. She's old. She's old. Let's leave here and turn unlimited sprint back on. This doesn't matter because I have no XP for this, but who cares? Just a guess, but maybe an Obake? I have a theory, but that is new. Yeah, I'm being gaslit to believe that that's been in the game for a while. No, it hasn't. That's a bold-faced lie. Bold-faced lie. Oh, someone's first chat message was trying to tell me was trying to tell everyone to look at another streamer. Well, they're an idiot. I think they added that slowdown way back then before most of the team. I hate you, Tater. I hate your face. He's lying. He's so full of it. He's being a turd. Tater, listen. I'm going to send so much fake information your way. Your head's going to spin. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Please make sure that you guys check out these amazing beans. Mr. Tater, Mr. Chingus. Amazing, amazing. Oh, kitty cat. Thank you. All right, let's do it again. I just want to show it again. I was just showing them, just showing them the smudge slowdown that apparently is now a thing. I guess. Yeah, we do need line of sight and we do need to loop it. Omaka, no. I don't, how'd you hear about drops? I'm asking you because I'm very curious. I'm always curious to hear the people that are coming looking for drops, where they heard about it. Flash getting bold. Okay. Okay, listen. Oh, Camp Woodwind would be a great place for that. That's a really good point. Let's do... I have not. I saw in-game that the drops end on the 15th. The 15th of what?
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Right. Yeah. So they end on the 15th. Yeah, say it's the 23rd. Yeah, so they've been done for a week. Well, that's the reason I asked, because I'm very curious to hear where people are like, they think the drops are still going, but I'm just curious if people are seeing what the date is. Yeah, that's all. I said something to the team already that this needs to be removed ASAP. I think that some of them are under the assumption that it was already removed. Some of them, I think that they actually thought that they removed it and they didn't. Yeah. You read the date as the 13th. Wait, what? Okay, now I'm confused. I'm confused. All right. Like today's date. Well, today's the 23rd. And you also said you saw the 15th. I'm lost. But I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah, there's no drops right now. There will eventually be more. We just don't know when that's going to happen. Okay. We're going to go to Camp Woodwind and we're going to do this again because I want people to see this slowdown that's apparently been in the game forever.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
It's the 24th.
There's been no
Whatever.
incidents or sightings, but please remain careful.
All right, let's do this, that. I mean, really, do I even need that? Probably not, because I'm going to just loop it around the campfire. So all will be well. I didn't turn the power on again. All right. Let's find out where Ghosty is. Oh, it's standing right here. Okay, you're following me. You're cheating. You're cheating. I can't reach it. All right. You hear the footies, yes? And as soon as the cleanse is over, old Speedy McSpeedy Nuts, right back to it. So apparently, that slowdown was added on purpose. Or so I'm told. Why? Why? Okay, Grandma. Way to ruin the mood, you jerk. You're still a jerk. You got me. I feel like it makes sense for tier 1 to break line of sight and slow the ghost back down to base. But that doesn't make sense because why would you have a ghost that has line of sight speed go back to its base speed and then go right back to the line of sight speed that it had? That doesn't add up. That part I don't get. It's a Yuri. Moroi? Wait, was it? I was gonna say, was it extra smudge? Okay. Oh, you mean more? Oh, to do the test with the incense. It probably works. I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah. That's why I prefer tier 1 smudge. So the ghost blindly runs away. Right. So it maintains its speed and you don't slow it down. Jay, I am with you 1,000,000%. That's why I like the tier 1 smudge as well. The whole point is not slowing it down. So if it's super fast and then I slow it down and it's staying close to me, that defeats the entire purpose. I might as well just use tier 2 and slow it down. Right. I don't know. I would love, I imagine that I'm not going to get an answer until like Monday about why. So what happens with a Dio? It just goes back to its normal speed? Wait. There's no, oh, no, that would take 50 years to try to get a Dio. I'm really curious about a Dio now. That's a really good point. That's a really, really good point. Do we think I could like cause instant hunts until we get a Dio? Oh, I want to know. Do we have an answer about the right? No. Try it. Give it a shot. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it at Edgefield. Let's do it at Edgefield. We're not gonna. Well, shit, I probably should do this, huh? Lose items. No. But we definitely want the power on. All right. Was there anything else I need to do? Power on. Yeah. Thank you. We're going to do a little bit of science. Just a little bit. I don't need the ghost to be 150 speed either. I really don't. So normal's good. 0 sanity. Oh, yeah. There's no point. I mean, we wanted to hunt anyway, right? I have all cursed items. They're all there. I have all 7. Yeah. Did you set yourself to perma-zoomies? I did. Yeah, I'm on 150 and infinite. And ghosty is normal speed. So really what we're doing here is we are going to get a Dio. And we want to figure out what happens now when you smudge a Dio. Because I don't know. I guess I haven't paid attention to a Dio after Chronicle. What happens to it? Normally, we're not smudging it because we don't have to. But my opinion, what I think happened, and that they could say that I'm wrong, I think that they added this tier 1 slowdown after Chronicle. The thing we're having trouble wrapping our head around is why did they do it? But I'm being told that it was purposeful. It was not a mistake. It's not a bug that was on purpose. I just don't know why. So let's try to get ourselves a nice little Dio. It might take time. It might take some time, but we're going to try. You know what? I probably want to start with sanity to make sure that it doesn't hunt immediately. Like, so I can get the lights on. Because I'm going to make it hunt with a... Is that a Hantu? Or a twin? Oh, shit. Yeah, I thought you were a Hantu. Yep. I think 30 seconds set time with 0 sanity is good enough. 30 seconds set time. Oh, you mean setup time. Oh, I guess I could do that. Because when you use a cursed possession, you automatically cancel out the setup timer. I could do that. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. All right, let's try it again. How'd you know it was a Hantu? Speed. The ghost speed was slower than the slow twin, and it didn't speed up with line of sight, so that's how we knew exactly what it was. I have a 30-second timer, so we're Gucci. But I have no sanity, so the box immediately goes. I can't even see you, dude. You're cheating. It's so fast. Listen. Is that a Moroi? I think it's a Moroi. Kind of want to see. I just want to make sure we're right. That smudge seemed like it lasted longer than it should have. Could last round have been Raiju? No, it would have been normal speed without line of sight.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Game on. Edgefield. We're not earning anything by this, and it really doesn't matter. It's really just for funsies. We're just trying to get a Dio. You doing a custom? I am.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Nope. Gosh darn it. It's like you've played 10. Yeah, almost. Hi. Oh, you're an Abake. That's cool. Why did he start to go like... Did it lose line of sight of me? I think it might have. Yeah, it might have. Oh, block it. All right. I have ads coming. We're going to go run the ads and then we'll get back to this. I think that sounds like a smart plan.
Welcome back.
Oh, bakey cakey. All right. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour. We're going to go ahead and run them now. So that way you guys don't get them while we're in the middle of doing these runs. I don't want you guys to miss it. So BRB. Cool. Finding all the bugs. It's not a bug. Apparently that's intentional. It's not a bug. Ben, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Dylan, welcome in. Any big updates? Not since Chronicle. Nope. The next big update is probably going to be Grafton. The Grafton remake. We don't know when that's coming. We just know that it's coming at some point. Yeah. Could you clue me into what you're doing speedrunning? Oh, we're trying to find a DO because I want to... What I just did before we started doing this was I was showing everyone how the tier 1 incense will now slow down the ghost if it has line of sight speed. So if the ghost has line of sight speed and you use tier 1 incense, it slows the ghost back down to normal speed for that ghost until the smudge, until the stun runs out, and then it goes right back to the line of sight speed that it was at. And I'm being told that was intentional, and I don't know why. So we're a little bit curious now. Okay, then what happens to a Dio? Because a Dio, well, no, I guess a Dio is not based on sight, because a Dio is based on distance, right? I guess that would kind of be a worthless test. And if it's stunned, then it doesn't know where you are. Yeah. The only other one I could think of, like sight-wise, like a Revy, because they change based on sight, right? You can't see. I mean, you're welcome to log out of your log out of your account, and then you probably see them. Can you specifically pick a ghost? No, that'd be really cool, but no, I have a feeling we're never going to get that possibility. Yeah, Nelson, thank you so much, man. Thank you, thank you. Recovered? Oh yeah, we're fine. We're Gucci. All is well, man. Just wait for the ads to run. 50 seconds. Yeah. I'm actually going to use this 50 seconds to go to the restroom, okay? I'm going to use the 50 seconds to go to the restroom. So I tell you what we're going to do, I'm going to turn on drops for you guys to pick my next map that I'm going to. So whoever lands closest to the center is going to get to pick my next map. All right. So if you guys do exclamation point drop, you can also do exclamation point drop with your favorite emote. If you land closest to the middle of that goo pile, you'll get to pick where I go while I go to the restroom. All right. You can only drop once per drop. Just fun fact. All right. BRB. Okie adokie. How's it going? Oh my goodness. 9977 from Savage. That was the first time you landed in the goo. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Stephanie, hello. Maxwell, hello. All right. Whoever. Nope, it's going to Savage. Savage Bathmas Tree, that is yours, friend. Where are we going? That was a damn fine drop. I know it was random, but it is what it is. Wumbo, oh my god. Thank you for the biddies. All right. Yeah, we were going to do the Dio test thing, but it's like I realized that would be actually kind of stupid. There'd really be no point to it. Someone bumps in every time. I know it happens to all of us. Did I miss the 10K? You did. You did. We're already past it. Play with followers? Yeah, if I ever reach my goal over on the purple side, then I do. And we did this month. So next month I'll have a viewer day. Yeah, we had a viewer day earlier. Love Bleezy? Sure. During my 24-hour stream, we had some viewer games. Did we do Tango with it? We did. Savage said Bleeze. Cool with me. All right. Bleasdale it is. What was the 10,000th ghost? It was a poltergeist. Blake! I even played Aura. I did. I mean, it was not willingly. Rescue puppers? Of course I'm going to rescue Josie. Blake, thank you for the biddies. Holy hell. Wish we could pick ghost. I wish we could too, because it would be really fun to be able to test certain ghosts. Listen. It's break of day, but you hear that? Oh, I do still have tier 1 incense. That's okay. I like tier 1 incense. That's fine by me. Trying to get a deal. Yeah, we were trying. Now at this point, it's like, now we're already up to 10,007. Save Tom's cat. We will save Tom's cat. We will save little Milo. But of course. Here to lurk. While I sleep. Oh, I appreciate you. All right. What do we need? Trisha Young, Firelight, Repel, Motion Sensor. So I'm going to do Parabolic. Yeah, that seems like the move. This round will be a Dio. I know. Hey, Yedding, how are you? Thank you for the heartbeat, friend. Let's do that. I like it. I dig. Barg, hello, how are you? My favorite ghost is a Mimic. They are like the best. Back to Nightmare? Yeah, for now. Oh, hello. Sad. Save Josie. Of course, we're going to save Josie. Relax. It's a guarantee. Night shift. Hope you're good. I am. There's Miss Josie. There's Meowfurian. That's Epic's kitty. There's Milo. That's Tom's kitty. Oh, son of a, it's upstairs. Rhodey, look what you did. This is Rhodey's fault. This is Rhodey's fault. Roadside. Hi, homie. How was your stream? Power's up here near the attic. Ghosty's going to spawn in my face and make me poop. It's going to happen. Oh, Rhodey, thank you for the 31 months, man. Any Lilith? No spooters? No spooters. I might have heard the ghosty. We'll find out. Let's go sit in the corner. She was good. Played some Satisfactory. Nice. Did I just hear it? I wasn't paying attention. I'm reading. Is this a new map? No. The revamp Bleasdale has been out for a few months now. It's been out for a bit. Rhodey. I resubbed. What do you mean? If you guys aren't following Rhodey, Rhodey is awesome sauce. Does lots of random spooky games, but he does a lot of variety too. Do we just not have a ghost? It's not doing anything. Any day, ghosty. The benefit of doing this here is I can hear the floor above and below me. By the way, I have my breath in the hallway. I hate this mother effer. Like, do I really, really never play the map enough to get to here? I do. Okay. Oh, it's Rhonda. Hi. No couch there normally, I don't think. Like, does anybody here remember a couch? I've never seen it. I've never seen. Okay. I'm not the only one. That's good. No. No. I don't remember it. No. That's new. What? Okay. I questioned it several times. F that couch. I'd rather not. Peach, welcome in, dude. You know what? I kind of... Hold on. Give me a second. It was added intentionally. But when? Hey, what up, Rocky? Welcome in. It's the... Oh, it's when you hit 10,000 cases, they give you a couch to sit on. Oh, that makes sense. That makes more sense now. Couch is the new mannequin. What if I look up Bleasdale? The problem is there's multiple couches. No, there's zero mention about a Bleasdale. I'm so... Okay. I'll have to remember this and ask, like, does anybody else remember this damn couch? Let's go there. Take one of those. Ghosty's going to try to murder our faces off. Rocky, Alyssa, welcome in. What I'll show you blood sample. I'll show you. It's over 10,000. Oh, the CCTV has been effed for a while. On this map especially. We have a hallway, Ghosty. Can I put the dots? Oh, I can. All right, that's fine. This couch. Now, if this spot changes from time to time, that would tell me that the chair that spawns here is an actual hiding spot. That's why this would change. Maybe I just always have the chair here. Yeah. It doesn't look like it fits. It's because it doesn't fit. It just sticks out. Yeah. Ghost is pissed. We're making fun of the decorations. Sorry. Yeah, I guess I just don't play enough to realize it. Wrong size couch. Oh, what was that? Shade? No, I mean, it's doing stuff. It's just not doing a lot. It evented, I think. But you have to be careful about a shade when it's eventing, because if it was in another room when it started the event, it could technically be a shade. But I have a feeling that you're right, that it evented with us there. Okay. Hey, a whole lot of Asian. Hello. What hiding spot is it blocking? There's usually a chair there that you can get behind. I don't know if I've ever actually seen it where it's the couch. The hard part is this is the hallway. The hallway is large. It's going to suck getting evidence here. Event at nearly 100? Yeah, probably not. Unless it's just a psychopathic shade. We never know. All right, let's bring that. Let's bring that. Bring this. I can probably take another one of those. Yeah, that's safe. Is the chair usually just either there or not there? Well, typically, whenever they block a hiding spot, they change something about it. So, like in Grafton, the chair that's upstairs will move. That means you're here, though. Don't mind if I do. Where are you? Are you here? What the fuck was that? Was that the ghost? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Can somebody clip real fast? And when you clip, put like weird ghost or something. Was that a one frame event? I think it was. All right, we don't have UV. So I want to look at that later. All right, let's stop that there. Would you shut up? Do you think taking sanity ups the chances of ghosts changing rooms? Have I heard that before? I feel like I have heard that before. Chair on the left, small table on the right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. You are being nothing but a dingus, aren't you? Get a bug with the Ouija where you can't get the ghost to respond. No, it's usually fine for me. Chinga said that last night. I would need to verify that that actually is true. I feel like I've heard it though. Yeah, I feel like what I saw when I was looking down this way was a ghost go, yow. It could shout its ass yow, straight across. Couch moves hiding, yeah. Give me this. Do this. There we go. That hallway's pretty covered. That hallway's pretty covered. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. There we go. Ghostie's there chilling. It did have the zoomies. Gotta head off for the night. Night Raptor, have a wonderful night, my friend. We have no evidence so far, by the way. None. Dinner time. Still recovering? No, we're good. Yeah, I'm on Nightmare. Yeah, you know, it really hates the plastic candles. Shut up. Don't forget the EMF. Yeah, we're going to go back and get more. It's giving us nothing. One of the old videos, there's no couch there, a chair on the left and a table on the right. Yeah, that means that the hiding was available. Dude, I probably saw the couch at some point and I just forgot, to be honest. I'd say that's more than likely what happened. Yeah. Twistle, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How are you? Someone give me crackers. My tummy hurts. Listen, I don't have any crackers. I might have Cheez-Its though. If you want some of those. Sunburst, how are you? Twistle, how was the stream? Welcome in. Was there dudes? Did we finally have dude skis? Maybe it's dots and EMF? Eh? You want Cheez-Its? You're... Okay, yeah. You're going to have to share with them. Let's pretend it's these two. Oh, that might actually be a cool sight. Hold on. Let's go see something real fast. That might actually be kind of cool. How's Faz going? It's going well. How are you? Oh, wait. I can watch from here. All right. So the goal here is to see dots in the camera, but not in person. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it or not, but we're going to see. Because that would mean that she has to dot that direction, which, I mean, there's a good possibility of that. It's not a Goryo. So that's a Wraith. Nope. It's either an Oni or a Raiju. It's very kind of her to cooperate like that. But that's only if we have EMF 5. We have to have EMF 5 for that to even matter. No fart yet? No. Why though? Why what? Oh, the banister screwed me. I didn't pay the ghost, I promise. I swear to you I didn't pay it. I swears. Oh, did I see our Oh, I do. It's the Ouija board. It's the Waluigi. Give me this. Give me this. I swears to it. That's right. You're a liar. Hey, I'm not a liar. How dare you? Nah, Noni. Why? Because it's not doing physical ghost events. Let's go with the Ouija board. This is open. Give me this. She's trying to help after she took her break. Yeah, she was kind of on hiatus, wasn't she? Hey, Ping. We have not. Oh, Jesus Christ, lady. You sure about that? Do you drink? Rarely, but I do. Like, I will. It's not something I do very often, though. Good golly, Miss Molly. Dude, listen. I need you to do the ting. If you start hunting, I might cry. I'm gonna cry! That's an Oni! Okay, we're safe. Jesus. I gotta get Josie. We gotta get out of here. There's a ghost in here. Josie, run! Wait. We need more. New map you haven't played in a while. Oh, this map's been out for about like 4 months. Go. Be free. Be free. Here. Save them all. We're not saving all the pets. We're just saving a few. Holy crap. Beats cat. Yeah, we got Beats cat. I'll tell you, this is one cooperative ghost, though, after all that dogging we did on it. No pun intended. Why does it keep going sideways? Yeah, that's good enough. Hi, yeah. Tell what? The ghost about the couch? I don't think she's curious. I kind of think she doesn't care. Oh, buddy. No pet is free until all pets are free. Yeah. All right, no, Miss Josie. You get up there too. Okay, got a Milo up there and a pizza cat. Look at all those pets. Look at them. Do you like the new update? The new update's pretty great. Chronicle's been great. It's been a nice change of pace to force people to have to play differently. Yeah, I like it. All right. I know I have no media, but we got all the objectives and we got the ghost. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. A couple of bugs. There's always a couple of bugs. Half of them are features, half are bugs. It's the nature of the beast. It's the way that it's going to be. Am I expecting crazy updates for 2.0? I mean, I hope that it's pretty significant. It's only been talked about for the past like 3 to 4 years. So when it comes out next year, I can only hope. We will see. See you, Chen. Have a good one, man. Oh, the one problem that this update has is not giving enough money from Perfect Games. We would agree with you. Whether it's solo players getting more money or it's just in general, I don't know. Yeah, absolutely agreed. Sleep Time Nocturnal, have a good one. Rocky, welcome in. Mornick, welcome in. Shay, hello. Yeah, bright fireflies on Woodwind. Is that normal? Yeah. They might be brighter because of whatever they did with the orbs to make the orbs brighter. Maybe the fireflies are even brighter. You know? Dylan, welcome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. How many hours you got in this game? Like 3,500 or something? I don't know. I mean, it's been over the past 4 years. I got a few couple. Yeah, 35. Yeah. Just a few couple. For multiplayer, you can sort of do perfect, but if you're doing high multi runs, just get the ghost and leave. Yeah. Yeah, but even on like the lower runs, even then doing perfect runs, it's more just to challenge yourself than it is for the XP or the money. It's just not worth it. When I started playing, I started regularly playing like a year after the game came out. Ish. Yeah. Has about 750. You and Twistle. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, 750. I mean, that's a lot, right? Like, what do you know what prestige Twistle is? Just a couple hours. At least 2. If not 3. I'm checking something. I'm sorry. Prestige. Oh, 7 or 8. Oh, nice. Very, very nice. All right. How many Josie saves? I should have counted. Jen, have a good night, friend. Dude, I gotta be dead honest, man. I am kind of exhausted. I'm kind of tired. You just play casually. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm exhausted. My shoulder hurts. I'm falling apart, man. I'm falling apart. I honestly might call it early tonight. It would also give me a chance to hang with the missus for a little bit before she passes out. You too? Yeah. I think everybody's tired. Yeah. I will be live again on Friday though. I'm live Friday and then I'm off until the following Friday. So I'm off for a week because I'm on vacation. Yeah. I just need to get good sleep every night. It's just been like back and forth. Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you guys were here for case number 10,000. Thank you guys. Tube, TikTok. Thank you for all the love, friends. I'm going to go find someone to raid. I appreciate yous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's see. I need to do this. Listen, if there's somebody that knows about being tired on stream, I did just recently do a 24-hour. I know all about it. I appreciate you guys. No, thank you for being here. Always. Now, I have a new starting soon. I need to figure out what I'm going to do, if I'm going to like add a new ending screen or if I leave the ending screen the way that it is. All the stuff, all the things. Give you a chance to catch up. Oh, I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. Did you message Pred? No. Well, we haven't had a chance to talk about the idea that I had. Yeah. I should go to Pred first before I start thinking of anything else. That's a good point, Mayor. All right. Thank you, guys. It's a good start. I think so, too. I hope that, like, I have an idea in my head, and I'm hoping that they can think of how to bring it to life. I don't know if they can or not. They are very capable people. Shit, I think Aegis is going back to school for like animation and stuff like that. I think, if I heard that correctly. I'm going to message Pred right now. Because if I don't, I'm going to forget. Again. Where are you at, Pred? There you are. Because I don't know if it's going to be, whether it would be like a BRB or if it would be like an ending screen. You know? I mean, you don't know the idea, so you probably can't make a good judgment about that. But Mayor, I can message you. Okay. They have been messaged. Good deal. I bet by giving more XP money for perfect games, more people would try. Oh, yeah. If there was more money for perfect games, more people would try them. There's no question. I think right now people realize that it's just not worth it. So why do it? You know? Wolfman, hello, welcome in. I respond better than Song. Listen, you guys all respond better than me. Perfect game should be double your multiplier. I don't know about double. I don't know about double, but like at least half. At the very least, it should be half. For right now, I mean, I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to take the starting screen and use it as the ending screen because then it would be overplayed. Half the multiplier? Yeah, like half, if not a little bit more. I think it would make you really, really, really want to try if that was the case. 1.5, maybe. Yeah. They would have to play with it and just see what feels good. Yeah. You should take the ending screen, use the starting screen. Hi, Cheebs. Cheebs, have you seen it? You might not have seen it. Chiba! What's up, sir? Perfect game number should be 1.5 or what it currently gives. No, I didn't. Look at this. And then it loops. Yeah, I was talking to everybody earlier. I said the benefit of having a screen like this is that it's modular, and technically I could, if I give the artist new ideas for games I want to add to it, then we could add it in and I could remove out or whatever and adjust it, make it longer, whatever it may be. But yeah, this was the starting one. I had a list of games. I had a list of ideas. I said I would like it to be this style. I want it to be pixelated. I want it to look like you're going from level to level, from game to game. And then I said like in each one about like the back rooms and about Five Nights, like all that stuff. Yeah. All the good stuff. Kitty cat. Hi, friend. Are we not going to be? No. I'm going to be ending it here soon, friend. Yeah. But yeah, super cool. I have an idea for something else as well that I might, that's what I was talking about, was I might have for like a BRB or an ending screen. I think it could work for both. It would be probably very conflicting with a starting screen. It wouldn't be like necessarily on brand, like a certain style, but just something, I don't know, something different. The cabin game. Yes. Yes, I did. The Cabin Factory made it in. Yeah, there was a little Jason in the window, the Friday the 13th one. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Kitty cat, thank you, friend. Yeah, we were going to be, whenever I'm ending, I always stop over there and then stop over here. Do you sell any FlashForce merch or plan on doing so in the near future? You know, it's funny you say that. If you go to flashforcemerch.com, there's nothing there. No, there's an entire site of merch, an entire page of merch, lots of different stuff. Just blank. It just says merch goes here and then there's nothing there. Absolutely nothing. Chiefs, are we gonna get a cool and refreshing orange with the white sauce t-shirt? I think you should. Unless I'm missing out and I didn't know. Yeah. 6 foot. Very Scooby-Doo side scroller. Yes. Isn't it great? Do you have a mug with that on it? There's something already. I want a shirt. I'll buy, if you make a shirt, I'll buy a shirt. I mean, I don't want you to make it just because I'm asking, but if you do decide to make it, I will 100% get a shirt. My wife will be very curious as to what the hell I'm purchasing, but I think it would be great. The merch site just says Lorem Ipsum. There is a shirt. Oh, wait, I thought you, wait. I need to do shirts. There is a shirt. Which one? Oh, it just doesn't say the words. It's a picture. Oh. All right. I need to make a note. Go buy Chiba shirt. I did not know you had that shirt. You never talk about it. You'll see. Okay. Even Chiba doesn't remember. I know. Well, listen, it's hard to remember all the things. I completely sympathize with it. It's tough, man. I don't promote my merch. I need new merch. I need to talk to Mrs. Phoenix and get some ideas together for some new stuff. It's been a little while. I do have stickers. Yeah, I have a few on there. Stickers. I've got shirts. I've got sweaters. I've got a beanie. I don't have an actual like hat yet, but yeah. I've got stickers. Okay. About that whole tired thing. I'm ready for bed. Kind of. Guys, we're going to go raid a friend. If you are a follower, that's for you. If you're a sub, that's for you. Creepy tier 3, you of course get your own. We are going to go visit the amazing, the talented Miss Hattie. I saw a TikTok saying we need a succubus ghost, like a banshee that gets more aggressive. The target gets further. Oh, that could be kind of cool. That's not a bad idea. All right. Let me copy it myself. We are going to go say hi to Hattie. You guys, thank you for another amazing effing stream. I'm sorry, but we're kind of a cool number, I guess. It's kind of a cool number. Also, the goal actually reset itself, which it shouldn't have done. We have one more stream for the month. After Friday, I will be off for a week because I will be on vacation. But thank you guys again for such an amazing stream. Thank you guys always for all of the love. Thank you for the bits and the subs and the blurbs. And thank you for being here for case number 10K. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. I am out of here. Peace. Much love. Thanks.